So yeah, welcome to episode 10 of my solo self on Beginner Conjurer today. We're gonna hit until level 94 today, right? And then I don't know quite sure, quite yet what we are gonna do, because it will depend on which items I will find, right? Which content I can do, which content I cannot do. I'll probably have to farm some rotation with factions, right? We are gonna do Act 5 to start out though. Act 5 is definitely gonna happen here in Ultimate. To get faction reputation with Barrowhome, for example, because we do want that sweet Ravager's Eye augment. Undertaker is your favorite as well. Yeah, I don't even know, looking today at the Undertaker, he doesn't seem too special, to be honest. I mean, he has a special intro and etc. But that's very special. But he's not as funny as, say, The Rock, right? I mean, The Rock is probably the funniest character, to be honest. Or the best character overall, from today's perspective. Hey Carlisle, how are you, man? Is there a way to skip leveling? If you just wanna use a tool called GG Stash, you can just create a level 100 character there. So you can cheat yourself a character basically, or I don't know. Some people call it cheating, some people don't call it cheating, right? It is a single player game after all, so you can play the game as you would like to play it in the end. I personally do not like to do that. But yeah, feel free to do it as you like. If you don't wanna create a character to 100, you can, for example, check out my speed leveling videos. Once you have one character to say level 100, you get access to lots of different leveling gear. And what I'm doing in my speed leveling videos is I just speed level the characters from level 1 to 94, right? Using all that speed leveling gear, and it usually takes me around 7 hours, I would say, from level 1 to 94. Yo, mechanical engineer, how are you? Welcome. Alright, here we go. So, we're gonna do Act 5 first, right? And then we're gonna catch up with these Act 4 quests, because I do wanna get Barrowhome to Revered first. And then we will see what we do after that, right? Oh my god. Who's this guy? Copter GM. Hey Nora Gamer, how are you?
I'll give you
Welcome,
a good
welcome.
price on what I've got left.
So we have arrived here, right? Yeah, find Barrowhome is our quest, as well as this quest, and yeah, let's proceed here. So we're gonna get some couple of other quests as well, and we're gonna do some of them preemptively, such as killing Janaxia here in the Janaxia's den, as well as killing Silvaria, right, in her den as well. Imagine if this was a 4K viewer streamer and someone sends that spam where links are allowed and then everyone copy and paste it. Yeah. It would have been funny, I guess. What is here loss? I skipper are you? Yo, NISP man, how are you? And thanks so much for the Twitch Prime. Very much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Let's put the blooms out for Mr. NISP. Oh wait, there's one emote missing, right? There we go. Yo, thank you for your support, man. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated indeed. In these times, even more so than in other times. I mean, you guys might think that I'm like less affected by Corona than you guys. But for example, my other side job that I'm doing, that I would usually like start doing more now, since the weather's like better now. Would I had to quit that one? Like, I'm not doing that one right now. Which is basically like working in a beer garden or something like that. So yeah, every bit of support does help even more now than usual. You got banned from the walking in the streets without paper. That's 150 euro ticket. I mean, I wonder when you guys, or like everybody who's affected by it, right, will get the money from the state that they told us that they're gonna give us, right? Or like that they're gonna give people that are like suffering from this crisis, right? And are not getting paid anymore, or like lose their jobs because of the crisis right now. Right? They said they're gonna give us money for that, but like give the people money that need it, right? But apparently most people are still waiting. We get paid for 2 weeks. Alright. Thumb typing is a little... Hey, Carnflank. Oh, white is garbage. I think it's not garbage, it's just like... Mobile writing is not the best, right? Like, Twitch app for mobile is not terrible compared to other apps. I think it's okay. It's solid. Gonna receive $1,200 on April 1st. And then he's gonna be like, just April's Fool's joke. You used mobile Twitch about 2 years ago, and then I used it for 5 minutes because of how bad it was. Wait, really? I don't know. I don't think the mobile app is that terrible for Twitch. I mean, maybe it was like terrible 4 years ago. I don't know. I haven't actually used it 4 years ago. Like 4 years ago, I didn't even have a smartphone, I think. I mean, yeah, I did have a smartphone, but like a very shitty one. So. Oh yeah, another place to avoid for now is this place over here, right? There's a dynamite place here. We have a Kraken called Kraval behind us. He's not the easiest boss. So I do want to skip him for now, and I will come to him, back to him later, right? Mike Fish. Is he calling himself Mike Fick or something instead of Mike Fitch? Like, wouldn't you pronounce F-I-C as Fitch in English? Because like Mike Fick would mean, like in German it would mean like Mike Fuck. So I don't know about that. Fick. Yeah, but like, yeah, well that's like, yeah, that's like literally Mike Fuck in English. C is K. Since when does C a K in English? I mean, yeah, sometimes it is. Like in cartoons. But I mean, it's city, right? It's not a K in city, it's not kitty. Alright, I'm gonna call him Mike Fuck from now on then, if you guys insist. Same. He thought that you're European because you know about Moldova. Because you're an American with education. He thought that you're from Europe. Nice. Also this guy, he can hurt a bit, right? And we don't have like the best gear yet, honestly. Especially our OA and DA is kinda garbage. And he has some pretty high resistance reduction, right? As you can see here, right? Once he spews these like green projectiles at you, you will have a total 25 flat resistance reduction. I think luckily I have like everything overmaxed by 25, so this doesn't actually affect me. But if you don't have that overmaxed by 25, you will take like lots of additional acid and poison damage from this guy. Which occultist skill should I do in order for the Conjurer build? So for Conjurer I started out with Devouring Swarm as my first skill, right? And then I used Fevered Rage, so like Bloody Pox, Fevered Rage, Wasting. And then after that I went for the Sigil. And then I maxed this out basically, put like a point in Black Death, right? 1 point in Extraction. I put some points in the Aspect of the Guardian, the maxed out Possession. And then I took Curse of Frailty as well. And then once I had like everything almost like this already in Occultist, I went over to Shaman. And then chose to go for Entangling Winds ASAP, right? And while also like putting some points here into the Smoke Dragon's Pact line. April joke would be so Trump. Yo, Truff, I saw you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Trump doesn't even need April to make jokes, right? But he's just making jokes all the time, basically. He just doesn't laugh about his own jokes. Because he doesn't realize that what he says are, like, the things that he say are jokes. Like, what did he say, like some weeks ago? Like, we will soon have 0 corona cases in America. Didn't he say that? Like 1 week after the first corona case, he said like, we will soon have 0 cases. It's a savage joker. Temperature rising with coronavirus. Damn those liberals, they want us to counteract against the global warming so that the virus can still spread, right? I'm kinda surprised he didn't figure out a way to blame it on Joe Biden so far, but only on China, right? I heard Angela Merkel has corona. She got tested today, and she's negative. At least the first set that was like it came out like 2 hours ago, I believe, in German media. She is negative. But yeah, she had like an interaction with a guy, or like with a doctor who, at the time, didn't have Corona, but then, well, like, he had Corona, but they didn't know he has Corona, right? And then he was tested later and he had Corona, and then because of that, like, Merkel had to go into like personal quarantine, quarantine, right? And yeah, but she got tested and she's negative, at least for now. He did blame it on Democrat hoax. Yeah, alright. I guess he did. Karen time. When will the series be finished? At level 100 or some other goal? I mean, yeah, goal number 1 is gonna be level 100, right? Goal number 2 is gonna be finish all acts. Goal number 3 is gonna be do all the dungeons. Goal number 4 is gonna be have the Dark One set. Goal number 5 is gonna be kill Lokar. Goal number 6 is gonna be kill Moog Drogon. Goal number 7 is gonna be kill Ravager. Goal number 8 is gonna be do SR60, I guess. And goal number 9 and 10 would be to kill Kubacabra and to kill the creative entertainment, right? I'm pretty confident about like everything except for maybe the last 2 or 3, which is why I want to do those 2 or 3 goals last, because I might die there. Finishing all the dungeons without complete gear. Yeah, I might farm Dark One set actually before like some of the dungeons, like the Morganeth dungeon, for example, or Ancient Grove dungeons. Those are pretty monkas. When he dies to Kubacabra, yeah. We'll see. Maybe I don't die to her this time. But yeah, I don't need this anyway. What level can we start farming Dark One set? It doesn't have a level requirement. You just have to open up the way to Lokar, right? So for that you have to be in Morndale, which is like Act 6 and Ultimate. But I mean, yeah, I will probably be around level 100 by then. Like, I do want to beef myself up with some augments, right? And I need to like farm reputation for some more, like some stuff there, and maybe also like farm some gear before that actually. Actually, we should cut this guy, right? Especially my OA and DA needs to be way better. Like I have 2.6k OA and 2.4 DA. That's I mean, I do have like, what is this? 240 more effective DA because of wasting, so it's like 2.7 almost 2.7. Like 2.670, right? But that's still not a good number. So it's like okay, but it's not good at all. So I have been playing the DK with your physical Leviathan. But only have the normal version of the Leviathan weapon. Last night I got Mythical Mind Warp and Will of Living. Is it worth it to switch or just keep farming for the Mythical Leviathan? I mean, if you already have the Creek set, you should probably switch over to Aether for now. I mean, Mythical Mind Warp and Will of Living should be stronger than the non-Mythical Leviathan in my opinion. You have to like re-level the Aether Devotions though, so you have to like... but you can't use an experience potion for that, right? If you can't buy experience potions, you should buy one to level up your devotions faster. And then, well... yeah, like, take it a little bit slower, right? Like, farm a little bit easier content first to level up your devotions, and once you have your devotions, your Aether devotions to max, or like close to max, then you can start doing like a little bit harder content again. But I mean, if you find Mythical Leviathan while doing that, then you might as well switch back to Mythical Leviathan if you want to. And yeah, Truffles has a link for you apparently, as well, right? For a Aether Death Knight, right? Yeah, that one doesn't seem too bad, for example. Check out Truffles' build that he posted in the chat as well. Which one is better for fire, Aegis build, Treebreaker or Prado? They're both good. I would personally probably prefer Shearbreaker. But they're both really good, doesn't really matter too much, like whichever is your personal favorite. Even Templar can work pretty nicely, I would say. But yeah, Templar should be worse than the other two, right? A little bit maybe. Alright, this phone Silvari is done here. Also, we didn't rescue the witches yet, but we can do that later together with a Barrow Home quest anyway, right? A good Colossal Bulwark is better for the shield. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what Trevor said is true. And you can vendor farm the shield, right? You just have to, like, farm the... like, you don't even have to kill any mobs to, like, farm it, right? You just have to, like, log in and log out. And always check the vendor in the Steel Cap District, right? The vendor in Steel Cap District will sell you, like, those bulwarks. Oh yeah, mechanical engineers, you have some creek builds as well, right? But don't you and Lucas have like a couple of creek builds? Also, Fibo guy still doesn't have a character that can kill Kubacabra. I mean... physical or like any kind of retaliation builds can do it pretty well, right? You can also check out my poison retaliation Sentinel or my Targo Warlord, right? I mean, if you can't face tag her, which like basically no build can except for some retaliation builds, you can always kite her around, right? So like damage over time builds are pretty nice for that. And with proper kiting, a build like this should maybe also do it. It's not gonna be the fastest, but it should be doable. At least on soft core. But I mean, not with this gear, right? We need better gear than this. And also I need more energy regen, like my energy regen is so garbage right now still. It's unbelievable actually. Yeah. $14:30. I mean, yeah, everything around 15 minutes is like kinda okay. My Kubacabra kill times haven't been much faster, or like probably even slower to be honest. Alright, what the hell is this digital? I feel like energy regen is getting worse and worse to be honest. I mean, yeah, because this needs more energy? No, not really, right? It's only like 2 energy per hurt. It's like nothing. I might even have to use like an ectoplasm for now. It's kinda not what I wanna use, but... Arcane Spark would be pretty good as well, right? I need to get the recipe for Arcane Spark somehow. Scales doesn't help with energy. You mean Scales of Alkamos? Yeah, scales does help, and scales would be usable if I didn't have Hawk, right? I could like use Scorer's Light instead of Hawk and this, and then not take Revenant, and then take Scales instead. That would help with energy, that is true. But as long as I'm using this pistol, I kinda don't want to switch around yet. Because the pistol... yeah, like using Hawk without the... like, using the pistol without Hawk would require me to put even more points into conning, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do that. But yeah, once I have like a good non-pistol, or maybe I just switch around anyways, then I will use the scales instead of the Revenant. Definitely. The build is very reliant on the conduit, the Aether Cadence conduit. Yeah, Aether Cadence conduit is pretty good, that's true. You can probably play the build even without the conduit. Or I just get cunning through a ring, right? No idea.
Iron well spent.
Hello, Salaharu. Welcome, welcome.
Alright.
You can farm the new dungeon, or like the Act 7 dungeon, right? The Tomb of the Heretic. You can farm that one on Ultimate for conduit recipes, because the shop in there does sell you conduit recipes.
A blessing.
So just farming that dungeon over and over should eventually give you all the recipes for conduits. That is new since the latest patch. Hey Utatus Eggs, welcome back. I thought you were following me already. But yeah, thanks for the refollow, welcome back. At least that's what Twitch tells me here. Eloman and Warcry don't stack, but Eloman has better uptime than Warcry, so you can use Eloman instead of Warcry. Warcry does have skill disruption though. But most of the time I guess the damage reduction uptime is more important than the skill disruption. It's also less points, right? You need less points for the same effect. Oh yeah, we are Nemesis with beasts, right? I'm not sure if I wanna fight Kubacabra right now, actually. I'm a little bit weak on damage. He might just out-heal me. But I mean, we can just not stay inside the pools, right? And he can't out-heal anyways. Confuse is better than skill disruption? Oh, speaking of the devil, right? There he is. Nice. Can I even do him with this DA? Isn't he like gonna just crit me? We'll see here in a bit. Both won't work in bosses anyway. Well, yeah, then Confuse is probably better actually. What would I recommend as alternatives for the Mage Lord rings? Don't have those yet. For Aether, you can check if you have a Band of Eternal Haunt, I believe it's called. It's like a craftable, legendary one. That one is always good. Also, my armor is garbage, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to get hit by him at all, to be honest. I think. Maybe, like, put this stuff here, see how much damage he deals. Actually, he does, like, no damage. That said, I still don't wanna like stand inside the pools for too long. Also, I still have the energy problem, right? That sucks. It's gonna take a while. Should be doable. So this guy is super annoying. Because that Yeti was like petrifying me. And I have like pretty bad petrify resistance actually. Yeah, alright. Easy boss if you kite around the pools a bit. Might get some good pants here, right? Like, some of these pants have like tenacity of the boar bonuses, right? Or something like that. Vigorous of Fortitude. And a warrant, nice. Vigorous of Fortitude on the wrong pair of pants though. So these are useless. Oh well. Maybe we get something good from the Nemesis chest. Yeah. Also, by the way, if you don't have any recipes, or like any blueprints, Nemesis chests are a good way to get blueprints. Also, we got the Mythical Infernal Brimstone, which is really good if you're like playing a Demo or Oathkeeper or HP Breaker, right? It's like a really crazy, insanely good weapon actually. And like Krieg, the hardest boss in the game. God, I'm super annoying. Who said that? What's a good combo with Wind Devil and Storm Totem? Which other class? Inquisitor, for example. Vindicator is really good for Storm Totem casters. Because you can use the Storm Box as well as Aura of Conjurer. Had a minor heart attack and during that time I've hit my butt. Well, glad you're back. The best twin and fire weapon because Shar'Zul doesn't exist. Yeah, pretty much. And you also have Blaze Heart. Blaze Heart is better than this one is on some builds. But yeah, Levi, I did read your question and also answered it already if you didn't. Did you miss it? Like I said that Inquisitor is a good secondary usually for Wind Devil and Storm Totem. Like Vindicator is really good because you can use Stormbox as well and Aura of Conjurer. Those are pretty nice for well, Wind Devil and Stormbox or like Storm Totem casters, right? You could also do a Druid. The Druid is not bad either. Both are pretty good. Vindicator, yes. Vindicator is a big W. So you have to stand close to your totems and cannot kite. I mean the aura is decent and enemies are fast anyway in this game, right? It's not too big of a deal.
Come see what's left of my wares.
I still think it's okay. That's the same weapon. Oh no, not quite. Not quite the same ring, I mean. I could use this instead of the green ring maybe though, right? Fierce. Also there's two-hander, right? Why am I not using this one? This one is so good for ritualists as well. Or like oppressors or archons, right? But even for the class I'm playing right now it's really good actually. Wait, why am I not? I should try this one, right? It's so good actually. Shield is just too good defensively right now though, right? Pierce Blade and stun resistance on this. I can't swap over to this now, but I do wanna later. Also yeah, this these warrants, right? You should put these into stash and then use on other characters as well to gain Nemesis status with beasts faster. They're basically like mandates just for infamy. Read Misadventure on Steam, on stream. Is it out already? Yeah, we're gonna check that one out. If it's out. I lost my Cyclone Elementalist the other day to Fabius and he started 54. Damn.
A blessed well.
Also, welcome Rapar. How are you, man? Sorry for your loss. Oh yeah, Elementalist is not the best class either for Wind Devil Storm Totem builds, right? Because of the Cyclone set, for example. Nice Twitch. Working as a tangent, right? Is Wind Devil and decent as a main ability? Yeah, it's decent. It's a little bit gear dependent to be like really good. Hi, I'm French. Are you Renekton? Also, hi, I'm not French. How are you? Yeah, ask ahead. I'm gonna try to answer them as good as possible. Just not in French, but... yeah, don't worry about your language. Most of us are not native English speakers here, so it's totally fine. Can you tell me if the game's bugged? No, the game's not bugged. There are no like game-breaking bugs right now. Maybe you should like describe the situation a little bit more in detail, so that people can help you with your problem if you have any problem. Waffles are bad? Waffles are nice. They're yum. So, absolute picks, to answer your question, the game is not bugged. I'm not sure if that was your question, but yeah, the game is not bugged. You go with mouse or with... I mean, this is like a Diablo game. Have you ever played Diablo? Or like Path of Exile? You control the character just like in those games, so with your mouse. I mean, you have a cursor here and you click on the map and move your character and that's how it works. Yeah, it's like hack and slash, right? Exactly. I mean, at least like the classical ARPG hack and slash games, right? I mean, some people consider stuff like Dark Souls a hack and slash as well. That's not what this game is. I mean, I don't want to like insult anybody here. I also don't want to insult Grandon by like comparing to Diablo 3. I'm just... since he was asking that question, I just took like the game of the genre that like most people know. Because if he knew like games of the genre, he wouldn't ask that question, right? Can see the camera turn? Yeah, you can hold... I'm holding down the middle mouse. And then moving my mouse, it's gonna turn the camera. Like if you hold down the mouse wheel, right? That's how you can turn the camera. So I mean, it's like Diablo, but better. That's a lot of energy. That's not good. Grim Dawn doesn't even have cutscenes. Yeah, I mean, if you wanna watch a movie, then you should play Diablo 3 instead of Grim Dawn. But I prefer to play a game instead of watching a movie, you know? How many people would report sick now if Diablo 4 came out now? Yeah. Probably lots of people. Still have to do all the quests here.
We've always had.
Is Grim Dawn my favorite RPG? Yes, by far. ARPGs made in a 20-year-old RTS game have cutscenes. I mean, Grim Dawn has 2 cutscenes as well. If you wanna nitpick on like the game not having any cutscenes, right? It does have cutscenes, just only 2. Oh, I mean, they are not like really. I mean, they're like, what do you call them? They're not like cutscenes, like in-game cutscenes or anything like that. Yeah, it's like 2D slideshows. Yeah, that's true. It's not really cutscenes.
I don't know.
But yeah, let's not murder this lady, because if you don't murder her, you get a Wendigo spirit for free, right? So that's good. Why would you want to watch a bad movie? Yeah. Exactly, like if I wanted to watch a movie, I would also not play Diablo, right? That sounds not bad either. Like if you're playing a Lightning Promise Strike character, for example, right? That sounds really, really good. One of the best blue items you can get, actually. But yeah, we don't need it here. I'm not gonna switch over to Lightning here. Diablo is your favorite. Which Diablo? 1, 2 or 3? No attack speed on it? I mean, yeah, it has no attack speed, that's true. Which is why it's worse than some other items, but it's still not a bad item for Promise Strike. It does have +2 Shaman, so... and lots of lightning damage, right? That's okay. Also, we have those find the Wendigos and kill them for their hearts quests, right? And Wendigo number 1 has, well, a spawn location over here, for example. He also has 2 other spawn locations. Spawn location number 2 would be over here, next to the witches that we're gonna save now as well. And spawn location number 3 would be like over here. And we are gonna, no, not over here actually, over here rather. And we are gonna go over there after saving the witches as well, because Wendigo number 2 has a spawn location there as well. So yeah, we go over to this rift gate here, and then you check out this location over here. Here you can potentially get a double spawn for 2 Wendigos. If you meet 2 over there, you need to be a little bit careful, because they're not too easy to kill. And if you fight like 2 at the same time, it can be a little bit sketchy sometimes. I mean, 1 is fine, but like 2 can be a little bit too much sometimes. Also, hey Renan, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Honestly, Renan, he's kinda trying to troll here as well. He just hasn't been successful so far. Also, each one teach one, how are you, man? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, people are referring to that as a slideshow and not as a actual cutscene. There's a boomer in Grim Dawn. I only know about the bloomers, but maybe there's some boomers as well. Spawn location number 2 and 3 for this second Wendigo are like over here and somewhere here and here. Yeah, there he is. Yo, Lime, saw you, man. Also, these guys have a monster infrequent called the Soulless Gaze, which is actually pretty good for like Vitality Necromancers, as you can see. Or like Ritualists, it's like perfect for Ritualists actually. Like +2 Wendigo Totem and +1 Necromancer. It's never like best in slot, but it's like a good alternative to Fat and Mask, right, when you're playing a Necromancer. Also, Wendigo number 3 is in the Gloom Vault, so let's check him out. If you continue to say something like that, I'm just gonna permaban you. You have one more chance. Yeah, sorry for reacting a little bit late here, but I didn't read what he said until like just now. And yeah, my mods are sleeping, so... so yeah, the Wendigo here in this place, I mean, or like Wendigo number 3, right? He has also different spawn locations, right? He can spawn next to these houses, right? This one, that one. And then also he has like 2 spawn locations, like one over here and one over here in the dark here. I'm just pointing out all these spawn locations for you guys because the feast quest can be a little bit frustrating if you like don't know where the Wendigos spawn, right? So yeah, it's better to know where they spawn. Is this the Panetti build waiting room? I'm not doing it now, not yet. But I do want to make a Panetti build again at some point. I already did one like 2 years ago, but I mean that one already died, unfortunately.
Come see what's left of my wares.
I know, it wasn't 2 years ago, it was like 1.5 years ago. You get the point. Also, these Wendigo claws are actually pretty good as well. They are just as good / bad as the bone... what are they called? Bone swords? Something? That I was using from Act 3, right? From the Trogs, right? These are basically the same thing, just for the Vorungsform instead. Well, I lied, they're not the same thing, because these give you bleeding resistance reduction only, not vitality resistance reduction. So they're actually worse, right? They're actually like way worse. I don't need them at all. So yeah, like cut the video and ignore what I just said. I read vitality resistance reduction there instead of bleeding. So yeah, they're only good if you want to have like a bleeding build, I guess. So they're not good for this build.
Yes, it is Ravager.
Alright, so you have the honor of like choosing which Ravager you want to spawn here. I mean, it does matter a little bit because each Ravager does give you like a different Ravager's helm, right? One gives you like % HP, the other one has like crit damage, the other one has lifesteal. You can check them out on grimtools.com to like plan like which one you want, right? And then like choose which one to sacrifice here according to that, right?
Massive burden and honor
You can read out, like you can read up on that on the Gamepedia, I think, like on the Game Wikia, whatever it's called. So we're gonna choose Tuvald here because Tuvald is currently the best one. Tuvald does summon the Ravager of Flesh, and the Ravager of Flesh gives you the, well, Ravager Helm of Flesh if you kill him. And that one has the % HP. And since it's like a ridiculous amount of HP, like up to 12% or something, that's just the best one right now, I would say. Like there are some builds where like the other ones are better, but generally speaking, the percent HP one is the best one right now. Obviously, we're not going to try to kill this beast right now. If we like try to attack him now, we would just die instantly, just like with Mokjogen. We need to get like a lot stronger than this first. That said, I do plan on like killing this guy with a skater later. So let's check out the reputation. We're still not quite revered, but we already did all the faction quests here, all the faction side quests. So we gotta do some bounties here at the bounty table. For example, this one requires me to kill Pakla. Pakla is a boss in the Gloom Vault. Like a small purple boss, right? All my requests ignored. Make the girl scream. He's bad, man. You only had one request, what do you mean? Is Penetti still a meme? I don't think it's like that. I mean, it's not good, but it's not completely unplayable either. It's okay-ish. It's... I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna try to make it work at some point, I guess. Yeah, Ramblin, the entire reason why I'm playing this build is to give you guys exactly a build like that. So Conjurer would be my personal suggestion. Because you can play a Conjurer like 0 to hero pretty nicely. And it's not a soldier, so it doesn't like make you fall asleep completely, right? And I would say this is arguably even stronger than a soldier. At least when it comes to gearing for endgame. Because it's like easier to find all the pieces, I would say. It's like the only soldier builds that are really like a lot stronger than this are maybe like Belgothian Blade Masters and Retaliation Soldiers, right? And those are way harder to gear than this one. So first of all, the build works up until this point without any gear, and I could like walk around naked here basically. And I still wouldn't die because of all the last year through like the sigil, through the totem, right, through all of these abilities. These are pretty neat. And well, second of all, there is gear, endgame gear that is really good, like Dark One set for example, and Dark One set is target farmable. So you can guarantee getting it. And it shouldn't take you like too long to get it. I mean, it's gonna take some time, but not too long. But yeah, we have to like farm it in a secret dungeon, and we can't access that yet. And we're also like probably not strong enough to do that yet. But we're gonna like try to level to 100 here, get some like good faction items like augments, etc. Right? And then we are probably gonna be strong enough to do it. No Pakla here either. Pakla has like so many spawn locations, right? Does she have a spawn location over here as well? I mean, I know there are like some more in the other part. Let's check out the other part then first. Not safe for work, this man running around naked. Dude, running around naked is fine when you're 3 years old. There's nothing wrong with that. Pakla's easy to find. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have too many spawn locations, right? I know, dude. One spawn here, like in this case, in this place over here, right? Yeah, there she is. Not safe for life. Holy shit, these Bloodsingers. Yeah, this guy can heal. Cancer. That's not safe for work either to say that, right? Oh well. So, why does this work with like no gear? Because you don't die when you have insane lifesteal. And also the vitality devotions. Like on average, vitality skills might not have the best damage ever, but like almost all of them beat, right? Sigil has huge built-in lifesteal. Devouring Swarm has like a little bit of lifesteal built in. This one has lifesteal built in, right? So yeah, the main reason is huge built-in lifesteal without items. Like other builds do want to have about the same lifesteal as well for endgame, but you need the gear for that, right? So without gear, you're not gonna have the same lifesteal values, whereas this one is gonna have that even without gear, right? The Mage Claw, Ravager. Wait, who the fuck is this? Oh, we need to go to Chthonian territory now. Do I want to go there already? I mean, I have to, I guess. I kinda don't want to, but...
You've reached
Oh, well.
the altar of Retosh. Now that you've ever since
Let's continue with all these side quests that we did already, right? Like, one of the side quests was to collect, like, Leaf Main Horn, etc. The other one was to kill Sevaria. This quest was to kill Janaxia, right? We already did all of those preemptively. Same thing for this, right? And now we're gonna cleanse out the wards. Just announced the full lockdown for 21 days from Thursday. Alright. New Zealand announced lockdown as well today, I think. Even Nepal did. Like, Nepal... Like, they had like one case for like a month, right? And now they had their second case like yesterday. And now they announced full lockdown because of the second case as well. I mean, they probably have more cases. I mean, Nepal probably doesn't have like enough testing kits or something, I guess. I mean, the amount of cases that a country has is doesn't always correspond to like how much the virus already has spread, but more like to how many people got tested, right? I mean, it does like correspond to both. I mean, the more cases you have, the more official cases you will have, right? Like, the more the virus spread, the more cases you will have, and also the more you test, the more confirmed cases you will always have. Obviously, right? Isn't hot AF in Nepal? It depends where you go.
Give you a good price
Nepal
on
has
that
like lots of
left.
mountains as well. Also, India has lots of like way more cases than Nepal, and India is definitely hotter than Nepal.
Have you put everything?
Hey, so Prazo, how are you? Welcome, and thanks. You went too fast, I couldn't read the quest. Wait, which one? The feast quest? Or you mean all these that I just did here? The 6 quests here? Yeah. Yeah, I know. So we are level 94, which is usually a huge level, because at level 94 you can start equipping the highest tier of legendaries in this game, which are level 94 legendaries. I mean, technically level 84 legendaries are like the same, in the same tier, right? But like, since there are no items that are higher than level 94, except for like 1 or 2 gimmick items, level 94 is like the level where like endgame starts, right? Also, being level 94 means that I should probably try to get a level 94 version of this Fat and Ham over in Act 7, right? There's like one problem here though, because there's some quests like Temple of Uzir quests which are like super monk-ass, right? I don't wanna do that yet, like I don't wanna kill like Shar'Zul with this away and I mean with this TA yet. So what the hell was that lag?
See anything you like?
Got some nice pet items here actually.
Put it to good use.
Huh. Corona lag. Before farming for duck ones, where
emissary
should we
warned
start
me of
farming
your
for
coming.
gear? The totems are probably the best way to farm it now. And just port around, do some totems. If you can also do some like of the easier dungeons, such as Steps of Torment, right? Who should we side with here? I mean, we sided with Bismil on normal, so we're not gonna side with them here.
I could hear.
I think we're gonna go with Solar actually.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Even though Solar requires me to kill the boss in Temple of Uzir, right?
You Salah. The forgotten.
I mean, we're just not gonna do the quest for now. Maybe later, right?
So, the servants.
During the past 20 minutes, you missed 5 of my very important messages. They were not important, by the way. Nice. Do you mean like go Kubacabra or I am pussy? I already killed Kubacabra. What's wrong with you? Didn't you see that? Yeah, I killed Kubacabra already. Like 20 minutes ago. Side with the lady, she has the big melons and the sexy voice. Talking about not safe for work. Just run around naked, right? Kill Kaisan or noob. How far away are we from Kaisan? I mean, a Kaisan Amulet might be a huge upgrade compared to those shit, right? Nothing is safe now. Bonkers. So where are the... How they call it? Eldritch Horrors, right? These guys, alright. These are like... Yeah, maybe next year, right? Or rather, maybe next episode. Probably not next one though. Like maybe in 3 episodes from now. We'll see. I do wanna kill Kaisan. His amulet is really dope. Why am I not using Wretched Necessity? You mean the best amulet in the game? I mean, if I had one, I would maybe actually use it over this one now. But Wretched Necessity is like way better when you're playing a Necromancer, right? Like, if you're not playing a Necromancer, I don't feel like it's that good. Overguard or Blood Boil. I would say Overguard needs to be at least soft cap. But yeah, both are great. I kinda agree with like what Adia said. But Overguard is probably more important. How would you say this compares compared to Vitality Ravenous Earth Ritualist? I mean, I have not played a Vitality Ravenous Earth solo self-found Ritualist yet. So I can't really compare them on a personal level. I would say that this one has maybe... I don't know. Right now it probably has like a little bit less damage, but more lifesteal compared to Ravenous Earth. Because the sigil requires you to have like conversion and more cooldown reduction compared to Ravenous Earth to be like to have like the same amount of damage, right? But sigil has the built-in lifesteal, which Ravenous Earth does not have. So I would say probably a little bit tankier, but a little bit less damage. So I'm gonna skip the temple for now, because the temple has a boss called Shar'Zul as its end boss, and Shar'Zul can be really scary. Like, you can check him out on Grim Tools as well on the monster database, right? And then you will see his abilities, and then you will see why I'm gonna skip him here for now. I just wanna take chances with my low DA here. Go to the next corner here. I missed the streamer, the misadventure is out. Yeah, we're gonna check it out in a second here, guys. I want my mask first and then we can check it out, okay? Oh shit, the lag. Alright, this side quest is easy enough to do though. And yeah, thanks for the link, Renan. And hey Lucas, welcome, welcome. Also, there's another place where we want to go here too. There is a small secret area over here to the right. And we're probably gonna go here more than once. There's one shrine here, right? And then you have this body here and this urn cluster here, and this will always drop you a Leviathan's ring. It's actually the same one as you get on normal and elite. It's still the same leveling ring that you can use on, well, either your first character if you go here on normal, or like on your other characters if you go here later. It's pretty nice for leveling. Like, it requires you to only be level 10, right? That's okay. Just get Ravager's Eye and then you can fight the boss. That's true, yeah. I do need a little bit more reputation here with Burholm. I don't really want to do Act 7 at all, actually. I just want to get my Fetan helm, right? Just want to get the Star Wars helm here. Because I just hit level 94 recently. I was gonna go into the Chthonian Rift, actually, in Act 6, but... well, like, between Act 5 and 6, rather. But then I hit level 94 and then I was like, well, I should probably get this helmet now, right? So we're just doing this real quick here. Oh shit, the petrification is so scary with these guys, actually. Gotta kite them around a bit. Valgur. Yeah, Valgur would be an option as well for a build like this. I would say that it's overall worse. Quite a lot worse than Dark One, to be honest. But if I get Valgur before Dark One, sure, I'm gonna use it. It's not terrible. It's just worse than Dark One. Have I ever made a full green build? Not really, no. They require some like ridiculous greens to be like really good. Whoever asked about Dark One slash Ritualist slash Conjurers, they are the same. I mean, they're not the same, but very, very similar, yeah. I mean, Dark One Conjurer uses the Sigil, Dark One Ritualist will use Ravenous Earth instead. They have like some different abilities, but they kind of play the same. And when you're talking about like power level, yeah, they're about the same in power level. I would say Kabbalas is a little bit weaker than both of those right now, because the Dark One set is mostly insane because of the Wendigo totem mod, right? So like the Shaman part is the most broken part about Dark One set. Even after the nerf. I mean, the nerf was like just a small nerf. You were talking about Valgur? Oh, Valgur. I don't know, Valgur is just always worse than Dark One. It doesn't matter which class. It's fine, but it's not as good. Valgur Ritualist. Valgur needs greens. Holy shit, this petrification of these guys is actually insane. And stun as well. I mean, I have kind of bad stun res. Stun res is not that important actually on a character like this. I mean, it's good to have, and I would like to have more than I have right now. But since my Sigil doesn't care about me being stunned or not, I will still always like last steal even if I'm stunned, right? Holy shit. Still discovering new items after all these hours, thanks to the ring tip. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Wait, did you like name change or something, Mr. The Platformer's Trash? Or this Platformer's Trash, rather? Oh, you did, right? Wait, who are you? Oh, somebody gifted you. Oh, okay. Wait, yesterday? I wasn't even streaming yesterday, what the hell? Kerplunks? Yeah, but you're a sub here as well, and I don't remember you subbing to us. Or wait, when did you sub? Did you sub like 2 seconds ago? No, you didn't, right? Favorite streamer. I'm just confused. I'm sorry. If you're just using the tip, the ring is useless. Indeed, indeed. This username fits better. Nice. Yeah, it could have been your username, to be honest. Also, look at these scorpions, right? They have quite some debuffs, right? They are quite annoying, actually. Yo, Wolf Symbiote, how are you, man? Wolf Symbiote. My English is terrible. Sorry for that. Welcome, welcome. Alright, we got it. We're gonna go back to Act 6 now. This is what we came for, right? We just came for the upgraded Fattened Mask here. I mean, this one gives us a little bit more away. And some more HP, some more slow rest. Yeah, the same +1 all skills. Yo, 9 bears, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. Oh, I don't have a inventor here.
Tinkering is my specialty. Be safe out there.
Think I was using this? Yeah. And yeah, should I use like an ectoplasm maybe? I mean, I guess I should. Like the energy problem is kinda annoying. Which means we're gonna use triple survivors again. Wait, no, we're gonna... I mean, yeah, for now. And then we're gonna use Wraith's Scream instead. Once we have Ravager's Eye, right? But for Ravager's Eye, we need to get these guys up to Revered, which means we're gonna have to go into the Chthonian Void here. For that, we should like tidy this up a little bit, right? Is there a reason to overcap slower than rest? I mean, yeah, if you are... No, there's no reason for that actually. No need to do that. There is a like need to overcap movement speed or attack speed or casting speed in some situations, because if you do get slowed, then it will like take your overcap first, right? But you have like good slow rest, then it doesn't really matter at all. Should we allow them or deny them? Actually, it doesn't matter at all, right? Let's just allow them to stay, I guess. Where did I go here? Oh yeah, there's another quest.
Well, look.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left. See you around. Come see what's left of my wares.
Petition's Shield is pretty nice for like acid Oathkeepers, right? Really good if you wanna like play acid Aegis of Menhir, right? Well, these are all pretty useless for me, I would say.
Put it to good use.
Alright, let's go for the Rift. Is Riggs poster boy? Riggs is the poster boy, yeah. Oops. Riggs cosplay. That would be pretty fun, actually. But yeah, I would have to cut my hair, right? I mean, no, we don't know about... Do we? Do we know about Riggs' hair? Maybe he has like all of his hair inside that helmet, right? I just need a helmet, right? Yeah, I do like checking out misadventures as well, actually. Let's do it. So yeah, checking out the 1.1.7 preview here got me pretty hyped for the next patch. It's gonna be really great, and I might wanna do another solo Saffron beginner series for the next patch. I mean, maybe you guys... I would probably like let you guys vote about what to play for solo Saffron for the next patch. Because I only really wanted to do this Conjurer, and everything else was kind of whatever. It's gonna depend on like what you guys prefer, right? Maybe you guys prefer speed leveling anyway. I mean, speed leveling does make it easier for me to show you more endgame builds at least. Defiler. Madly is a legit player though, Cup. Yeah. And he's legit a good player. Pure, like in general. Like, he's not a bad player. If you're like talking about playing the game legit as in not GG stashing, I mean, of course he's stashing, and of course everybody's stashing of those kinds. We have arcanes here, double arcane actually, right? And some blood healers or whatever they're called. So we have to, I mean, we cannot burst them down, right? So there's projectile number 1. We have to dodge these purple projectiles, right? So we gotta cut these guys a bit around. Defiler or Saboteur. I already did a Saboteur, so I kinda also still wanna try to finish my one build for every class in the game challenge, right? So yeah, I already did a Saboteur, so if anything, then it would be Defiler out of the two that you said. You just want me to suffer? I mean, I don't mind playing a Defiler, to be honest. Like, even Defilers are gonna be fun. Even though Defiler is like a trash class. Assume to not have a lot of respect for the foreign builder guy. I do have respect for most of them. I mean, I do have respect... In general, I do have some respect for all of them. Then I have like more respect for some of them and a little bit less for some others. And it's like mutual for the most part. It depends on like their opinions. It depends on like how they behave at times as well, and so on. Right? So I found no masteries to try the new MIs. Yeah. Good idea. Yo, the Margus, welcome, welcome. Doing fine, the Conjurer's level, well, almost level 95 actually already. And yeah, still solid. Damage is falling off a little bit because we didn't find like good legendary items so far. But I mean, that's to be expected at this stage of the game, right? Also, I wanna like change around my augments a bit, but I need to like be revered with Arrowhome first. That's what I'm trying to do here. So we're gonna stop doing Act 6 after the Void's Edge actually, and I'm just gonna get my augments, and then we're gonna probably do some dungeons like Stops the Torment, and maybe like Hidden Path as well. Some side quests like that. Ben Broad is streaming. You know that. Mr. Ahahaha. Mr. Forehead. I don't even follow him on Twitch. Who? Whoing Ben Broad? Does build listed on the Google Docs? No, does build is only listed in exclamation mark build so far, and also on YouTube. Under my YouTube videos about this character, you will see like Grim tools for, I don't know, pretty much every 10 levels or something like that. But yeah, it's not gonna be on the Google Docs for quite some time probably. I don't know. I don't think I have to put it there, to be honest. Also, this guy has volcanoes, right? And at least in ultimate, you should make sure to dodge his volcanoes, because they can shotgun, and shotgunning can be pretty nasty in this game. And you can like check out his animation, right, when he does the this animation, right? And he's gonna spawn the volcanoes. Also, why does the music so random, man? It's like super loud, and then once you go through this, it's stopping immediately. It's kinda not the best music design in a game I've seen. I still need more energy, right? Let's put more points into Grogan's pack for now. What's the deal with my Twitch name? It's from Brood War. I always get dunked on by Protoss in StarCraft 2. Yeah, there was a time when I got dunked on by Protoss. Indeed. Yeah, you beat a random boss. Good for you, music.
Is that your mother?
Also, there's Igrim, right? Igrim.
I won't make it to dinner. I'm just so.
We fought this guy on normal already, right? Should we fight him on ultimate as well?
An unfortunate accident, my emperor. Wait.
Sure. He's not gonna be that easy here, though. So if you just wanna stay safe, don't try to fight him. He's pretty strong on ultimate. But I'm pretty comfortable that we should be strong enough here, because we have like enough leech at least. It's gonna take like forever to beat him, but if we like run out of energy, then it's gonna be pretty bad for us here. Oh my god, even with the ectoplasm, man. Maybe the solution would be to like cut down on the amount of skills I'm using. Maybe like I shouldn't use grasping wines anymore, for example. Why is he always around? Oh, he's getting confused by bloody pox, right? Like he's supposed to be like a slayer of gods or something, but he gets confused by bloody pox, right? Like where the fuck is the logic in this? Assassin of Kings, Slayer of Gods. Gets eaten by Logorian and gets confused by bloody pox. Yeah, nice. Just running away from Corona. I mean, he's already infected, right? He's just trying to spread it. Not enough energy. No bridge building next patch? There's gonna be bridge building next patch, I'm pretty certain about that. I mean, maybe not. But I think they said that's gonna be next patch, right? I think it was already like confirmed on another Grim misadventure. I don't have to like confirm everything in one misadventure, right? Alright, we almost beat him. Only took like half a year. There we go. Oh yeah, maybe we should like talk to him actually.
I see.
Not just leave him to die. The unseen box is dead, yes. Hey, let's late, how are you, man? Welcome, welcome. Imagine believing random comments on Twitch. Yeah, exactly. I mean, no, the bridges are still gonna come next patch, as far as I know. They didn't like, he just didn't talk about them because he already talked about it, right? Like, he doesn't have to like talk about everything in every Grim's adventure that's coming out. So we have a time warped here. Time warped already, always kind of scary, right? And also this place has like a chance to spawn even more Relics in. There they are. At least not too many elites here. I mean, actually no elites at all. Except for the one time warp one. More lore? Definitely. They will... I mean, if they add more areas, right, they would... Like, 99% I'm sure that they're gonna, like, add more lore to the game. More. It's always more. It's always more in Grim Dawn.
It's good. You're right. Oh, to the.
Alright, yeah, we got the rift here. We killed the Chthonians. We did the side quest as well, I guess. Did we? No, we didn't. Oh, come on. I mean, I'm still revered with these guys, right? So I don't have to like do this. The Mage Claw, yeah, whatever. We're gonna find him at some point. Don't really care about it right now. What I do care about is the new augment that I'm gonna get now.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
This Ravager's Eye here. Let's buy some. Maybe buy some for Twinders as well? No, maybe not.
Iron well spent.
Alright, and this is gonna, as you will see, improve my DA and HP by quite a bit. Now my OA is kinda garbage, right? But we're gonna use the Wraith's Scream instead here now. Which will overall like give us a little bit more DA in the way compared to before, especially more OA, and also more percent damage, right? So we should overall be like a tiny amount of bit more tank here, like a tiny amount, like a tiny bit more tanky, but have like more damage. Lots of more damage actually. Also, this mythical Storm Heart is gonna be interesting later as well. It's a fixed spawn actually in the Void Rift that I did right now. If you have this Black Heart in your inventory. Also, these Relics marks are really good as well for sigils, so if you don't have a Mark of the Forbidden yet, consider using a Relic mark. And I would probably consider using those later, if I find like a better role, like Demos of the Wolverine is kinda not that great. But I might like farm these Relics later to get like a better medal, with better affixes, maybe on the next patch even. Next patch is gonna make it easier for us to get good affixes, right? But yeah, for now, I'm not gonna use it because I already have the Mark of the Forbidden, right?
See you around.
Cauldron Swiftness or just regular old leap? What do I use? I mean, I use like the Emblem of the Red Stalker, that's like a garbage one, but I mean, any other leap is gonna be better than the standard one, I guess. Rumble doesn't really matter which damage type it deals. Like any is gonna be better than what you are using from level 1 on, right? I like the default one that you got. So yeah, we did all of that stuff. We're gonna do some dungeons now. We're gonna stop the progress for the acts, like we're gonna not continue act 7 or 6 for now. We're gonna do some dungeons, try to get some better loot now. We need some better items. Some like level 94 gear, for example. Actually, there's one place we should maybe farm, right? There's one place that has like a good offhand for us that we might wanna check out, right? There's a... I mean, the offhand is better if you're playing at Rituals than a Conjurer, because there's this like hidden path, like hidden quest line that you need to do before being able to like do the Tomb of the Heretic dungeon. And the part number 2, I believe it's called, that gives you like the second seal of Morganeth. That's actually the third one, right? The one in the Howling Chasm, right? The one in the Howling Chasm, like the Gryphon, the boss Gryphon of that Howling Chasm secret room, like secret dungeon, has a chance to give you Halanx's offhand, and Halanx's offhand is really, really good for ritualists. It's also decent for conjurers, I think. But I think I have to like think about this a little bit more if I actually want it here over the shield I'm using or not. Because the shield is kinda crazy as well, actually. Howling Chasm, Howling Chasm. You know what I mean. You just finished normal at the end of the Old Gods, so I'm figuring out this stuff. Should maybe decorate the screen actually. Because Hidden Path on Ultimate is like no joke. No joke at all. Even these like earlier levels. Chasm. Alright. Max acid rest on GG. It's not only acid rest, but yeah, mostly. Like an ultimate, even if you have like max out resistances, it can be like a little bit monkers sometimes. I have like kind of like low DA, for example, right? Still have my energy problem. I mean, okay, the offhand would solve my energy problem, right? Like the shield does reduce my energy regen by quite a bit compared to a offhand. Also we got Dreeg's Legacy actually, giving us stun resistance reduction as well as Wit and Chaos and Elemental. And it has like lots of cunning, spirit away, percent away. It's not bad at all. It's really good actually. Should probably use them. Yeah, you're gonna die to the eyes like immediately if you don't have Pierce Rats for Hidden Path. The Dreeg's eyes. Some pretty decent Pierce damage. Actually, let me go to the East March first, right? Because we have these quests from Anasteria as well that I wanna do. It's probably doable on normal, to be honest. Regular League. Getting Ogre in 0 chaos runs. Hey Naomi, welcome, welcome. Trap. Yeah, try to not get hit by the overhead slams by this guy, right? Like this one. He's a troll, like a big fat troll with a big fat crusher, right? So I don't want to get crushed by that. Doing home fitness. Nice. Download Tomb Raider, it is free now. It went from $20 to being free. Nice. It said gym is closed for 1 month. Yeah, at least. Yeah, will be extended anyways, probably. I mean, we'll see. The numbers weren't too bad on the weekend, but I mean, guess why? Because they don't do as many tests on the weekend. Like a friend of mine did a pretty nice like analysis, and I mean, it was kind of obvious, but he like wrote it down on like in an Excel sheet, right, and made like some graphs. Like you will always have spikes, like corona cases and deaths on Tuesdays, because like lots of places don't test on the weekends. Like they will start testing on Mondays and then get them like accredited, like approved on like by Tuesday, right? Or, like by Monday evening, and then they will be in the official statistics by like Tuesday, right? At least that's how it works in the Netherlands and in Germany, from what he told me, or like showed me at least. Yeah, and then you have like all the people that are not getting tested, that are like, yeah. I mean, if you have like, you can expect the how do you say that? Like the people who are not getting tested but they still have it, to be like, I don't know, up to 10 times higher, right, than the official amount of people that have it, right? But I mean, most of those people are probably people who don't have like any hard symptoms anyway, so they don't have to like get treated, probably. By the way, did you read what they said about the chloroquine anti-malaria drug. It's like a antibiotics that was used, like that is used mostly for like like for malaria treatment. It's pretty handy because I actually still have some at home. I mean, not because of my malaria, but because of something else that I had after I went to India, right? Like, I got treated with that, and I still have like maybe 20 of those at home. Not hentai, anti, however you pronounce that, you know what I mean, anti. You can just say it in German if you don't understand my English. Because like apparently they're using that now to treat people in the US as well as in France. And they also started doing like studies on that in Germany as well today. Like starting today, I think they're gonna start treating people with that as well. Because apparently like it can help against the virus by like stopping the virus to do like a certain protein change, which the virus has to do during the like docking phase, right? When like the virus docks, like starts affecting the cell, right? When it's like wants to like dock onto the cell, onto the human cell. So it can basically like stop the docking process. At least that's what like the people that the scientists that use it said. That's what I've read as well. But yeah, whatever. But did these quests here, right? We didn't do Hidden Path yet because that's a little bit too scary for me for now. We're gonna hand in these quests and then we're gonna proceed with Hidden Path Part 2 as well as Steps of Torment. You bought stuff for 2 months? Holy shit, I mean, that's Are you one of those guys? Come on. I bought stuff for like 2 weeks. I'm fine with like going through like the groceries for every 2 weeks. That's fine for me. Oh, they started to put limits on... Actually, what is that called in English? Wheat? Like not weed, but wheat. Flower, right? Flower. Not flowers, but like flowers? Flower? You know, like not the bloomy things, the other thing. You got stuff for one day? Nice. This guy's prepared. Flower. Yeah, like not... I don't even know. Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Flower.
So it's literally pronounced the same way as the bloomy thing. The plant that blooms. Alright. Yeah, like flower, yeah. Like the thing that you use to bake stuff, right? Fleur means flower. Oh, does it? I don't know. I don't speak French. Oh yeah, fleur de sel is like salt flowers, right? True. Yeah. Okay, I know that at least. Flower de sel. Yeah, Naomi is one of those people why you don't have... Like, Naomi is the reason why you don't have toilet paper yourself. Feels bad, man. Only 2 cans of dude, my English is terrible when it comes to food and stuff like that. Only 2 cans. No, 2 cans. Oh shit. 2 cans of not beans, but like the things inside of beans, right? Oh my god, my English is so terrible. What is this? Oh, peas, obviously. Yeah, peas. 2 cans of peas. 2 pecans. And no, I don't mean that you can like pee inside the cans. Not like cans full of pee, but like not pee, but peas, you know. Okay, my pronunciation is making this stuff like even worse, right? Peas inside beans? I mean... I know they're not the same thing, but they look similar, okay? Yeah, I know a biologist like you is like triggered right now. What would Mendel think? Oh yeah, Mendel would hate me right now. I'm sorry, Mendel-sama. Mendel-senpai. Gomennasai. Einen Polen einladen, sagt er. Why not? Come on. Yeah, I mean, we have those racist jokes in Germany that Polish people always steal all of your stuff. So yeah. We don't want to talk about that stuff here. But you know, like German media made fun of like oh shit, what is that food called now again? Oh my god, I have to like translate this again. Oh yes, asparagus.
Asparagus.
Asparagus, okay, asparagus in English. Like in Germany, we have like lots of asparagus, right? Like we have lots of fields for asparagus. But like not a single German has ever like actually like taken out asparagus from the fields, probably for like the last 30 years, right? Because only Polish people and like other people from like Eastern Europe do that. But it's not like because I don't know, just because like Germans are, I don't know, they think of themselves of, I don't know. Like the people, like the farmers who like own the farms, right? They're German, obviously. But they just want like the cheapest workers to do it for them, and like for years from now, like for like the last 30 years, it has kind of been like a job that like the Polish people do in Germany. I guess right now right now they don't do it obviously anymore. So like the farmers, like the asparagus farmers, they're actually like looking for people to help them farm now because the Polish aren't coming over anymore, obviously. Like they are so fucked because nobody wants to do the job. And like they were like literally 100% relying on Polish people coming over to Germany and doing the job for them. Yeah. And it's like this, that's kind of the same case for like lots of jobs in Germany actually, because like, yeah, Germany's like one of those, how do you say that in English properly? Arrogant slash snooty Western countries, right? Where you have like lots of people who don't wanna like do the lower jobs, right? So if like lots of people from like, especially like after 1990, right? Like when the East opened up, the East was for like the East opening for Germany was just like, well, we get lots of free cheap labor now, right? Like free cheap workers now who do like all the jobs that no Germans wanted to do for the same payment anymore. Which is arguably like, I don't know, some kind of modern slavery, you could say, I guess. But oh well, that's how the world is right now. Romanians and Bulgarians and Austria, but otherwise the same, yeah. Yeah, it's the same. It's like a mixture of a modern version of slavery and also like Germans being way too arrogant to like do the jobs themselves. And it's like a mix of those two, I would say. And obviously like people from Poland or Bulgaria or Hungary do it because they do at least still get like German minimal wages, right, which are higher than some of the Polish jobs, right, the wages in Poland. Oh well, I guess, well, life's not fair, right? The world's not fair right now. But will it ever be fair? We don't know. Just get born in a rich country, right? Forehead. I mean, at least like Polish people didn't get born in USA, right? Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like the problem. It's like way more worth it to go here and work, like do the same work here and get like more money for it. I mean, it's totally understandable why they do it. Like, I don't blame them or like. That's just how it is. Like the main reason is that, well, the farmers pay them shit money, right? They pay them bad money because, well, the consumers want to have cheap asparagus, I guess. Also, this was one of the, I believe, once like so-called one-shot chests, right? So we got a guaranteed unique item here, and in this case it was a legendary item, the Cyclone Effigy, which is really good for like, well, a Wind Devil, Demolitionist, for example, like a Wind Devil Elementalist. Right? Oh yeah, Relic rerolling is, I mean, you should just never ever plan a build around relics, like relic completion bonuses at least, right? Like relic completion bonuses are right now probably still the most RNG thing ever in the game. Like you're probably more likely to get a triple rare, monster frequent or something than like a relic with the right completion bonus for you. I mean, that's not entirely true, because it is even worse to get like a triple rare green of your choice. But I mean, you should also like never play a like plan a build around having like a triple rare green either, right? Fuck YouTube, stop leveling and go song request. Soon to you. And also, hey Sarok, how are you, man? Zarthuzelans of Wildfire. Yo, this is super wild because it is a Blackwater cocktail with fire suffix and has Occultist prefix, which rolled Bloody Pox, which is actually garbage. I mean, okay, the prefix is not good, but the suffix is really nice on this. So are we gonna do SOT here? I think we're gonna try it, right? And I do have some Hoarfrost ointments, like the last boss here, Alkamos, of the Steps of Torment dungeon, can freeze you, right? So you wanna like get some decent freeze resistance against him, or like pop a Hoarfrost potion to be safe. And I mean, we can like maybe pop some other potions as well, right? Because we're like not in the strongest spot right now yet. It's like okay to do this without any pots on like normal or elite, I guess, but not ultimate. You gotta respect this guy, right? Once we meet him. Sure, you can just craft another relic. I mean, yeah. It's really expensive though. I mean, basically it comes down to like, would you rather have a second, like another character, or would you like to roll one relic until you get the one bonus that you want, right? Because you might have to like re-roll that many times, right? Why is this guy hiding? What the hell? Enriched Pact is fucking cancelled to craft. Ah, it's a really good medal. I mean relic, but yeah, it's really cancelled to craft, that's true. That is true indeed. That is a relic I would like to have as well on this character, right? I'm still not entirely sure like how I should do this on this character, like how I should do relic, like how I should like approach relic crafting, because at some point technically you should get like the relics that you wanna go for, right? And like tier 1 and 2 relics are easily vendor farmable, but tier 3 relics are not. So at least not all of them. Some of them are, but not all of them. So it's kind of RNG, like, how to get them. I guess I'm gonna craft one later anyway, like, once I did, like, all the not, like, super hard content on Ultimate. And presume that by then you should either already have it or just farm until you get one, right? Just pretend you got what you wanted. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna yeah, I probably have to like do a cut. I mean, not a cut, but like a like in some future episode. It's not gonna be like too much in the future from now on. I'm gonna say from now on, I'm gonna assume that I got all the recipes I wanted, and if you didn't get it yet, just farm certain areas until you get them, right? And then like tell you guys where to farm, right? Or like show you some alternatives that you can use as well. Warhammer Chaos Bane. Yeah, I've not heard good stuff about that. I wouldn't even buy, like even bother to buy it, to be honest. I feel like almost, at least like 50% of all Warhammer games are actually shit. It's just that they like get decent sales because they're like a Warhammer franchise game. There are like only a couple like really good Warhammer games. Most of them are actually not that great. Also, yeah, Ilgor, the Eternal, right? He has some DA reduction, as you can see here, with his double swipe, and some like total speed reduction, basically. Like, and yeah, like once you get debuffed, you don't want to get hit by him, right? Like, look at those debuffs. Basically, I mean, he's slow, right? So there's no reason to like ever face tank this guy on a character like this. Just kite him around, let him like stand inside the sigils as long as possible, and especially never ever get hit by his like overhead slam that he also has, because that one is gonna deal like lots of physical damage. And right now I still have like garbage armor, right? And physical resistance is also not enough, so I just don't want to get hit by that. And also has another ability where he like puts his face into the ground basically and spawns like some spikes, right? And those spikes can like shotgun as well. So those are pretty just like an ability that you wanna like dodge, right? This one, like the spikes here, you can see the spikes, and if you're like close range there, they can just shotgun you and you might die because of that. So no, don't get shotgunned by those. Also, Eternal Vigil is again the Drain Essence one, right? I'm always getting on this one, holy shit. I want the ABB one, please. What happened to Wilson, Mr. Streamer? I'm gonna wait for next league and then give the game another shot, I guess. But yeah, we'll probably not play Wilson until the league. Almost worse than Wilson. I don't know, for me personally, Chaos Bane already looked worse than Wilson, which is why I didn't even buy it in the first place. Like, Wilson at least looked a little bit interesting for me. And just wait for like 6 more months, yeah. Probably, at least. What I want for Christmas is Gachi. Yeah, we're gonna go here a couple of times, right, in the future. We're gonna go here at least once more, because I forgot about one quest. But I mean, we have to like farm some stuff. I mean, we don't necessarily have to farm stuff in the SLT, right? If you're like a Nightblade, you have to probably farm this place a lot, especially when you're like playing a cold build, because you probably want either a Soul Rend if you're like a Reaper, or the Alkamos rings if you're like any other cold build, right? Yeah, I guess the people who are like making fun of Corona are like scared the most now. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, like especially funny are those people who like trash talk China, like or like are still trash talking China even though like it's already like worse in Italy and the US now, or like in Germany. Oh yeah, it's gonna be worse than in China here actually. Oh yes, China fucked up in the Hubei district, but like not the rest of. Okay, we should also like yeah, as I said, like use the Hoarfrost ointment, right? I was talking about this earlier to get the freeze res up. This is what we use for the freeze res. And we could use some other stuff if we needed it, like maybe energy regen. Do I have energy regen here? I don't actually. Hold on. Fuck. Like some of these royal jelly essences can give you like energy regen as well. And it's pretty handy on a build like this, as you can see. Even had a Rhymefrost War Sword. Yeah, this one has some decent damage. You would use it? Yeah, I would use it as well if I was like a Solo Saffron Nightblade, I guess. Or like a dervish. But yeah, not on this character, obviously. Thanks, China. Swine flu was a real meme. Time in the mouth. Can give it to my Cold Wire Smart. It's worse than the sword I use on my Cold Wire Smart actually. This one is not good enough. Like, of Alacrity is actually useless for that. What did he say? Can't believe a bat can create something like that. What? It's not the bat who created it, obviously. Yeah. The bats are expert at engineering viruses. It's not like viruses mutate on themselves or something like that. No, so the bats are to blame. Oh yeah, and also the virus obviously got engineered in a Chinese lab, even though like non-Chinese virologists said that it's like impossible to engineer a virus like that, at least right now. I mean, yeah, eating bats made sure that the virus came from the, like... we still don't, like, 100% know that for sure, but it's, like, the most common... like, most commonly agreed version, at least, from what I know. Yeah, like, eating bats made the virus, like, go from the bat to the human. And then, like, the Chinese not recognizing the danger made like the virus spread in Hubei. But the Chinese made sure that the virus didn't like spread like too badly outside of Hubei. At least within their own borders, but I mean they can't do stuff in other countries, right? That's like one of the other countries. Anyway, so we did the first 3 quests here in Hidden Path, and I think that's probably gonna be it for Hidden Path for now. I don't know if I wanna do like the Sentinel already. I should probably. And it's also like not like, I mean, like saying bats are a dessert in China is like saying I don't know, some weird ass shit that only like a small percentage of a population in a small area of the land eat is like a delicatesse of that whole country, right? Like only like some people in like some provinces in China eat that. It's not like everybody eats that. I mean, yeah, that's how you get these relics, right? These like level 60 tier 3 relics through quests like the quest from Monasteria, right? But I don't think you can get Eldritch Pact like that, right? No Roshalga? No, not yet. Yeah, the Mad Queen that I showed you in Elite and Normal, or like a Normal at least. We're gonna skip her in Ultimate for now. We're gonna do that later as well. Like, I need to get a little bit stronger first, actually. Get some proper gear here. Like a good relic as well, for example. Good amulet. And maybe like a good belt, good boots, good shoulders, good gloves, you know. I mean, shoulders and gloves are gonna be Dark One later anyway, right? So you might not care too much about that. Maybe like after doing all these dungeons I should like try to actually start farming the Dark One set already, right? Like, I should just do some Act 6 stuff. And then like try to get the Dark One set. Oh wait, how many keys do I have? Okay, 2. I mean, yeah, you don't have to like be scared, because like being scared about something is only gonna, how do I say that, like basically suck power out of your body, right? That's what being scared does to your body, right? So like you shouldn't like be scared. I mean, you shouldn't like not be scared, like no matter like which age you are, but you should respect it, and like you should know how serious this is, this corona stuff. And even if you are young, like you can still get it, and if it does go to your lungs, I mean, you're probably not gonna die, but you're gonna have like you might get like lung damage that lasts the rest of your life. Like the chances are not very high, but it's still possible. And obviously, like, more importantly, you should like try to avoid to pass it on to other, especially elder people. POD League is considered to be absolute trash. Nice. What are people playing then? Diablo 3? Because I still feel like lots of people that went to Grim Dawn after Wilson and then went to PoE after Grim Dawn didn't really return to Grim Dawn. I mean, some of you guys did, I know that, but like most like people, you know, most like mainstream RPG players. Like, should they play like more now because of Corona? Like, what are people playing now? I mean, yeah, PoE is not like dog shit. It's not at all dog shit. And the game itself it's a good game, objectively. And it always gets new content. That's good, right? But I mean, this current league, if people don't like it, like they're not gonna play it for too long, right? So I'm just wondering, like, what those people went back to, or like went on to, right? Because I know that lots of new people that like haven't heard about Grim Dawn at all before went to Grim Dawn after Wilson. So I wonder where these people went on to now. D2 Midian with a friend. Alright. Yeah, D2 is always a solid choice as well. But yeah, it's on sale. Grim Dawn is on sale on GOG, right? Right now, I believe. D2 is bad. No. What do you mean, no? Yeah, Naomi doesn't like games with like old graphics, right? That's what she doesn't like, D2. And honestly, I can see why people don't like it that haven't played it before. I mean, I don't like it too much either, honestly. It's like okay. I mean, I've only played it like one day so far. It didn't like completely blow my mind because it's like a dated game. I mean, it's not bad, and I should probably like play it a little bit more to get like proper insight in D2. Or at least like play through the main game like once, right? But I can feel why people that like grew up with PoE instead, or like Grim Dawn or Titan Quest even, why they don't like D2 as much as like people who played D2 when it was new, right? Doesn't run in your computer anymore. I don't quite remember where I found my D2 version. Like the one I played on stream.
Well met.
Yo, thanks for the follow, Fresh Chive. Didn't know you weren't a follower yet. Oh yeah, you didn't know yourself. Thank you, Zane. Thank you. Also, welcome Steve2563. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the build doesn't really change lots since level 91. Only got the level 94 version of this helm now instead, but other than that, I think I'm still using like almost the same stuff, right? I'm using some other augments now, so after this episode today I will give you guys another more refreshed Grim tools down below. As always. Do I even need to no, this place is garbage anyway. Growing up with Grim Dawn, kinda hard. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, rather say if you're like, I don't know. I mean, you could be like 16 now or like 18 now, right? And you could have like started playing Grim Dawn where you were like 14, right? And it could have been like your very first ARPG ever, right? I mean, technically for me, Grim Dawn was like the first proper ARPG ever, because before Grim Dawn, I only played Diablo 3, and Diablo 3 is like not a proper ARPG, right? Final build will probably not use plus ones now. I don't even know why I'm using it anymore actually. I should just like use the totem instead probably. I mean, it still helps me sometimes with totems to be honest, like it does help you keep those elites like in place. But like once I'm gonna be tankier with like better DA for example, on like better damage, I'm not gonna need that help anymore, right? Like I'm not gonna need the help from Gasping Wands to like keep enemies in place, because I don't really care about keeping enemies in place anymore. Because this build will probably be able to just phase tank anything then. And yeah, by then the totem is gonna be better than the Gasping Wands. How many hours do I have in D3? Not too many. I don't know. I mean, I did play it like a decent amount, like at Reaper of Souls release basically. I don't even know. Less than in Grim Dawn at least. That's for sure. Did I finish main campaign in D3? Yeah, of course. I finished main campaign in D3. I did like 3 characters. Did like lots of rifts or whatever they're called. Greater rifts, whatever. But yeah, I don't remember like how high I got when it comes to like difficulties or... No idea. But I mean, back then, when I played at least in D3, I mean, 3 characters was like super easy to do. Like people were doing this like opening rifts and inviting people like a second before they would like hand in the quest, and then you could like join, pay a key, and then it would basically like level for you for free. So like leveling to max level took you like 2 hours or something like that. Or even less probably. And like a friend of mine did like level in like an hour I guess, from like level 1 to max. I mean that is like for secondary characters, so like if you know people that like can carry you around. Just like in Grim Dawn with Crucible SR I guess. Yeah, in softcore that works as well I guess, yeah. I don't know. I have no idea how it works correctly like in Grim Dawn. Never really done leveling like that in Grim Dawn that much, because in Grim Dawn just leveling, like just XP alone is not gonna like help you, right? You still need like reputation, you need all this kind of stuff that requires you to like play main campaign anyway. And if you don't do main campaign, here's Eye of Bernath, holy shit, what is this? Streamer luck. Alright, I guess we found our amulet for now. What? Still a self on Pyrrhus Eye? Okay. Okay, guys. This is getting ridiculous now, right, with the drops. I mean, yeah, I did wanna like do these dungeons before like starting to farm Dark One set, because I mean, like to hope for some nice random drops, and I guess Pyrrhus Eye is a nice random drop. I mean, Pyrrhus Eye is not like best in slot for a build like this, obviously, because Pyrrhus Eye is like a little bit too offensive for that. But it's still super solid. And definitely better than Empowered Herald's Ward, right? So yeah, pretty nice find here. You can't put it on if you're not gonna use the active skill. Wait, what do you mean I can't put it on? Is that like a rule you just made up? I mean, we can get rid of grasping wines if you like really wanna make me use the active, I guess. You won't allow me? Okay. Doesn't even have any good. Peter's Eye. Yeah, Peter's Eye is not like, as I said, like it's not worse than Slot. But it's still way better than Empowered Herald's Ward. Like I wouldn't use Peter's Eye on any proper min-maxed endgame build. No, but it's still good. It's just not as ridiculous as it was, like used to be. Right? Best in Slot? I don't know, maybe you are. Or should I say, your mom? Aha. Anyways, this guy has another monster infrequent, right? At least if you manage to like kill the right one, which is probably this one, because this one still has low HP, right? The Void Binding of Readiness. I mean, it's not gonna be good for this build, obviously. But it's a nice Pyromancer item, I guess, right? Chaos Thermite Mine, Chaos Cocktail. Not a bad metal at all. It's decent. Pestilence of Drieg. Yeah, I believe so, right? Now, Pestilence of... I mean, yeah, Pestilence is really good. I don't even remember what I used on this character. I think it was Pestilence of Drieg, yeah. Gromdon has no build diversity, but because it's so easy. I mean, it's not like the game gets balanced like every single patch a lot. No, that's not the reason at all. It's because the game is too easy, right? I mean, some of the conduits might be good as well, we're gonna see. D3 is called D3 because each class has 3 builds, at most. By the way, it's like so funny, right, when they do like new seasons in D3, right? I think we had this conversation like in Kerplank's chat yesterday. Like Kerplank was asking somebody who was like playing the new D3 season, and he was asking like how many sets are there in the game? Like how many new sets did they add, like 1? And then the person responded, no, 3. But it's still like 3 new sets, right? And they're like what, 6 classes? Like they should at least like add a set per class per season, right? Like what is this? And I mean it's like Blizzard we're talking about here, right? Like even Create can like manage to do more than 3 items or like 3 sets on some patches, right? And I mean in Grim Dawn you have like, I don't know, probably right now, how many people are working in Grim Dawn? Like 5? 3? I don't even know. I mean it used to be like 15 or 20 for like Forgotten Gods expansion, right? But I mean not that many people are working in Grim Dawn right now. It's like only 3 or 4 people, I think. I mean, considering only 3 or 4 people are working on this game is pretty damn good and has pretty damn good updates. And Xantai isn't even working on Grim Dawn. Like, Xantai is only the babysitter for the forums. He's literally not doing a single, like, maybe he's like doing 1 or 2 things for the game, but that's about it. He's just a babysitter. And he's like also working on another game apparently. Like a little bit. But Wikipedia says Crate has 13 employees. Yeah, but they are working on 3 different games right now. They are doing some updates in Grim Dawn, and they are doing 2 other games. So yeah, like out of those 13 people, probably like 11 are doing the other games, like 2 are working on Grim Dawn, right? Kinda like that, you get the idea. I think didn't they like hire some people though for like some of the new games? Or are they still like only 13 people? Babysitter, they will get burnt out eventually from like babysitting. I mean, yeah, if everybody acts like Madly, then definitely. I'm not saying Madly has some good suggestions. I mean, he does have good suggestions sometimes. But not always, and it can also be like pretty exhausting to handle as a mod, I guess. Anyway, are any of these good? Shamans or Spellweaving? I mean, they're not better than my Morgurs anymore, right? These are like only good now if you wanna like play Chaos Sigil. If you like playing Vitality Sigil, they are not worth it anymore. Also, another relic. I mean, yeah, I guess we buy it because I have no fucking clue which relics I own and which I don't. What is the 3rd game? It's something... I only know that Xanta said at some point that he's working on a game that is not Grim Dawn and that is not the City Builder, which means he's working on a 3rd game. So that means that that Crate is working on 3 games right now. I mean, yeah, they're still like working on that Grim Dawn. I mean, we have no idea which game the 3rd game is though. No idea. They didn't tell us anything, I think. He only said that people that like Grim Dawn are gonna like that game as well or something like that. So I don't know, maybe it's like Grim Dawn Mobile or something. I have no idea. Or like Grim Dawn, the card collector game or something like that. I have no clue. And also we know that it's not Grim Dawn 2. Like they said it's not Grim Dawn 2. Like not yet at least. Grim Dawn Immortal, yeah. So you play as Logorian, and then the ultimate ability is to squirt. Wait, what? I didn't say that. Nice. From Dawn Battle Royale. I wanna play as Creative Entertainment and just spawn the name me chests all over the map, basically play like Teemo, right? But even more cancer. Yeah, so like against these guys, right, the Grasping Vines are kinda good still right now. Like the more you have to kite with this build, the better Grasping Vines still are, right? But like once you are strong enough to not have to like kite anymore, as much as I have to do right now, then grasping wines will become useless. Right? Grim Dawn VR. What if Xanta is just working on like an unlimited stash, but it's like such a big effort thing that you have to like work on it for like 3 years or something? Yo, Everton, welcome, welcome. Just use GG stash. Dude, I've read some comments on the forums, like some people saying, "Dude, you won't even believe how many, how many times I had to stash this item, like GD stash this item, until I got the right roll. Like it was insane, dude." Like that's how lazy some Grim Dawn build makers are sometimes, right? Like build creators are sometimes. They were like complaining about GD stash not allowing them to like just give them the high roll by default. Like they needed like a specific conversion high roll or something for like a build to work properly, or like to work as they wanted it to work at least. So they were like, oh my god, I had to like GD stash this item like 50 times, what the hell? Why even play the game, right? I mean, yeah, they don't play the game. They just play. They just make builds. And that's the thing. I mean, they do play Crucible. They make builds and play Crucible. Okay, I should like stop hating on these guys. I mean, they're still like doing a good job at creating builds and playing Crucible. Oh no, we're full here. Time for some Tetris, I guess. I mean, what is this? We're not full gameplays. Alright, Shar'Zul, here we go. Shar'Zul, well, he's pretty... What the fuck is this? Totem and Shar'Zul's? No, it's over here. Oh well, I guess we missed this one. Happens. Not gonna go back there, am I? So yeah, this guy has some pretty insane resistance reduction for fire, so we wanna like try to maybe kite around a bit, at least once we get hit by the resistance reduction, right? This one. 50% total resistance reduction, so this basically shreds your resistances into half, right? Which means I'm down to 70% fire, which means I should not take hits when I'm hit by the RR, right? Also has this one, which is a just, well, total speed reduction thing, right? And this one, which is again the total speed reduction, 50% total reduction. Fuck that. So yeah, compared to this guy, Alkamos is actually like a piece of cake kinda, unless you have like really good overcap on fire and also like good physical resistance, because he also does like deal some decent physical damage. And I mean, yeah, my armor is pretty garbage still, so we just wanna like kite him around, right? Need some energy, right? One thing that you should just use against this guy, like at the beginning of the fight and not like just shortly before he's dead, like I could do it now, is you could just use a Flame Drinker Ointment, right? If you just use a Flame Drinker Ointment, you will have more fire rest, right? And now I could just tank him, right? Yeah, oh well. Should just use this like at the start of the fight, and then it would have been like way easier actually. So, no. Please die. Oh, come on, Adios. You should know me better than that. Death Omen. Where are we gonna put that? Over here, right? Okay. Black Star of Deceit is actually a pretty good Chaos medal if you're like playing a Chaos character. And this medal is pretty good. What do you get? Another Relic? Midala's Outbreak? I mean, yeah, I guess like doing her quest, for example, is a way to get relics, right? Let's go to Devil's Crossing for now. Black Star of this shit? Yeah, that's pretty shit, unless for Chaos characters. Hello, Confu Penis, how are you? Welcome in. Alright, so we found some items so far. Some relics. I'm gonna use this medal, right? I mean, this amulet. Definitely wanna use it. Alright, I'm gonna push this into my shared stash here, right? How are you doing, Confu? Everything fine for you? Are you guys gonna do another Discord or Zoom party tonight? So it's like about time to sell those like level 40 stuff, right? I don't like that stuff anymore. Yeah, same for those, right? Or this, or this, or all of these, right? So the Pierce I have Baronath will make me lose Vitality and Bleed resistance. I don't care about the Vitality at all, but I'm gonna care about the Bleed a bit. And about the Aether as well, that I lose from like losing this Aether Soul, right? But the thing about Bleed resistance is that it's not that important compared to other ones. Like compared to other resistance types. So, so this switch is kind of fine. Like I'm down to 0% overcap. That's still okay. Just glad to like craft another Aether Soul here, right? Use another Wraith Scream, or whatever it's called. Wraith Scream, right? Aether Soul. Needs like 3 Wrath Stones, right? And I mean we have like the Lodestones probably in stash, right? Let me double check, but I should like Lodestones should not be hard to get, right? Yeah. We have 362 here, so that's fine.
What brings you to my forge? Back any blueprints you find.
Let's go back to the Coven here.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Actually, I could have just like taken this out, right?
Iron well spent.
From the vendor.
Come see what's left
I mean
of
from
my
the
wares. See you around.
what's it called? From the inventor. So we're gonna take out some skills probably from some like some points from some skills here, like these here, because of the new +1 all skills that we got. One here as well, one here. Yeah, the rest is kind of fine, like this, I guess. So we have 7 new points to put wherever we want now. So I'm gonna put some to Tenacity of the Boar for more OA and DA, and maybe just like max out Mogdonga's Pact actually, for the energy regen as well. And I could max out Oak Skin, or Vulnerability, right? Also maybe like push Aspect of the Guardian down to 14 again, because like the even points here are better than the uneven points. Because the even points always give you like +1 Phys res as well, the uneven points do not. Or I could also like get better Pierce and Aether over cap through Oak Skin, right? And also flat armor through Oak Skin is pretty good as well, actually. And the last point, I mean...
Let me clear your mind of regrets.
How worth it is it to overcap, or like to cap out Bloody Prox itself?
Stay strong.
I mean, I have +8 already, right?
I sense turmoil within you.
Yeah, the forums, like the... I don't know, for like usual endgame activity though, no idea. If you get like... You need 11 points, right? To max this out. I'm not gonna do it yet, maybe later. Like maybe when I have like more points, I'm gonna try to max out Bloody Prox as well. Honestly, we can also like just put a point here into the bar. Like flat stats are never bad, right? This is okay for now. We could also like take out points from the bar here, right? Like this, so
Farewell.
doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here for this episode. And on the next one, I'm gonna do the other dungeons, like Pot Library, right? This one here. We haven't done this yet at all, actually. Probably try the Ancient Grove as well, maybe. I'm not quite sure yet. I mean, Ancient Grove is a little bit more cursed. Probably I should just like try to get the Dark One set instead next episode, right? Do like outskirts here. Do the quest for the Loker dungeon. We're not gonna do Loker himself yet, like not anytime soon, right? But just found the Dark One set in the pre-Loker dungeon. That's like the next goal, I think, and then maybe like try to get some other augments that we need for like maybe some augments from like Act 7, for example, right? Maybe Act 6 as well, Mammoth augments, right? And also finish the hidden path here, right? Yeah, see you guys on the next one.